Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Darren Green Show, your weekly dose of pop culture news, music, social media gossip, and reality TV. Be sure that if you're watching this on YouTube to leave your thoughts in the comments, and if you're not subscribed to the channel by now, girl, subscribe to that goddamn channel. Also, for the audio listeners, hey, be sure to leave a review. Of course, I don't know why I'm shooting blanks with that one, honey. What's going on to the audio listeners and what's going on to the We Are You radio listeners? Hey, good morning. How's your Monday? How are we beating the heat? Okay, let me tell you something. I'm keeping my black self in the house. Okay, in-house. Only time I go out is when I have to go to work. And yeah, and I come back home to a nice air-conditioned room. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not messing with this heat at all. This heat is actually bothering me. It's bothering my spirit. People be having seasonal depression. Look at me talking about my depression again. People be having seasonal depression during like fall and winter and stuff like that. That's when I'm the happiest. I don't know. I get seasonal depression when it's hot because I hate the heat. That's just the thing you gotta know about me. I hate the heat. I read somewhere that a lot of the stuff, is global warming. That's why it's so hot. But also they're saying a lot of these AI factories, ChatGPT, their systems are contributing to the massive heat wave. Because when you think about chatbots like AI and stuff like that, like it uses a lot of, it's not just like a regular computer and a processor. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole factory filled with technology and shit. This shit be emitting heat. And that's why we're all hot today. I blame AI. Okay. Okay. Let me tell you something about me. I'm anti-AI, okay? Even though sometimes I be using it a little bit, but I don't use it to write my stuff, honey. I write my own stuff, but to make clips and stuff like that, like I said. But like, girl, oh my God, it's so hot. It's so hot. I have to turn this air conditioner off because, it's going to get into this sound. So I'm just like, let me get this show done before it starts getting hot. I like to record my stuff in the morning, okay? Have the rest of the day to myself. But anyway, I don't have much of a week report. Same old working is good, doing things. Nothing political I want to talk about today. Thank goodness, honey, because I need a break off talking about the person that shall not be named, child. We just not. One thing that I did want to talk about that wasn't on the docket, I'm like, Beyonce, you be scaring me. You need to stop. It's time to get rid of, I said it was time to get rid of that damn robot, the robot mirror thing. And it's time to get rid of this damn flying car. Because while I woke up this morning, okay, and looked on my dang Instagram and saw that girl, the car was tilted. The car was like mid-performance. She had to stop performance. And then I heard her, she was like, stop. I'm like, oh, girl, Beyonce. And them fans was ready. They was like, oh, no, we going to catch her regardless. Why the heck? What is going on? And this is in her Houston show. Home. This is her home. Like, when I tell you, this stressed me the hell out. And then she was making jokes at the end. I know y'all would catch me. I'm like, girl, you need to hang up that car. It's time. When I was there, I thought it was amazing because we got to see her. Like, I saw her face. That's how close I was. But girl, these stunts, I don't like you flying around and stuff like that. It's okay if you want to just be on the ground and do your little dances and stuff like that. This thing is, is this her last show too? Because she done went to Paris and then she came back to the US. And I'm like, are you going through another round? I don't know what's going on, but this car needs to be retired. Put this, like, it done totaled. It is time to get a new one, okay? No, this scared me this morning. I'm not going to hold you. But that's what was happening with that. Girl, I mean, there's really nothing else to talk about other than the hot topics. And we were able to get the intro done before 5 minutes. Shout out to me. Yeah, we have a lot to get into today, actually. We have to talk about Cardi B and how she's adding these 2 5-year-old songs to her newest album. We'll talk about Chris Brown and how he wants us to keep his name out his mouth, word to Will Smith. We also have to talk about Saucy Santana and the whole Chef D situation, all that and more coming up on the Darren Green Show. Okay, let's get started with Cardi B. Now, here's my thing. I'm going to read this little excerpt and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts because I always do what I got to do. Now, this is from Baller Alert. Shout out to them. Cardi B is not apologizing for putting WAP and UP on her long-awaited sophomore album after fans and critics alike question why two of her biggest singles are featured on the new project. Cardi took to her Twitter to clear the air and shut down the noise. She said in quotes, "This is my last time and only time I'm going to address this. WAP and Up are two of my biggest songs. My fans have been asking me to put them on the album, and people search for them on the IOP all the time. They deserve a home." She also shared her personal experience with the industry pressures and public criticism, which influenced her past decisions. "I let haters make me not submit WAP for Grammys," she admitted. "At this point, I'm giving my fans what they want." Cardi reminded everyone that the inclusion of these tracks doesn't affect the sales, adding that these two songs don't even count for the first week. So what are y'all even crying about? She also made mention, because it doesn't say this in this little excerpt. She also said, "Do y'all say anything about all these artists that pull out their little tricks and ponies out to sell out?" And that part, I was like, okay, we'll get into that a little bit later. But when I talked about this on my TikTok, right, the comments were not on my side. Or, I mean, the comments it was pretty much 50-50. There was some people saying, yeah, like she definitely is trying to capitalize and trying to cheat her way into a successful album. There were some people that just were not on my side. It was like, leave Cardi alone. Let me tell y'all something. I don't hate Cardi. I do not dislike this girl. That is my girl. You know what I'm saying? I kind of remove myself from stan culture, so I don't like subscribe to just one person anymore. There's some things that Cardi does, some of her music that I really get into. I loved Invasion of Privacy. Let's be very clear. Let's say that on the record. Before all the beefs, you get what I'm saying? I was definitely a Invasion of Privacy stan. Okay, I live down. I like it. That was my favorite song on the album. Okay. And Bartier Cardi, that was another one too. You get what I'm saying? So let's be very clear. I am a Cardi fan. Like she does make good music. I don't care what nobody says, okay, whether she wrote it or not, I do enjoy her music. It does sound good. Not everybody people can write for you, but it's the whole point of performing it. You get what I'm saying? You can give somebody lyrics and they not do nothing with it, but they don't sound like an MC. You get what I'm saying? So I get into Invasion of Privacy. I get into the other girlies too. I get into all the girls that I get into. Okay, let's be very clear. This is not just no Cardi B hate before y'all sit there and say something like that. And I already know there's gonna be a couple comments. I already know there's gonna be one in particular that always has something to say when I be talking about Cardi, whether good or bad. But I live for it though, child. Keep them comments, keep them engagements up, honey. I think that it's a little bit of a cop-out. I'm sorry, and I'll die on that hill. I will die on that hill. I think it's a little bit of a cop-out. Okay, yes, we understand that this is a business strategy. The fact that she said that my fans wanted it to be on there. They search it up on the IOP. Girls, don't nobody know what an IOP is. And at the end of the day, if they were searching it, honey, if they're your fans, they have WAP on their playlists. Let's be very clear. They have it on their personal musics. You know what I'm saying? You're not. Come on, Cardi. They wanted it on the album. No, you wanted it on the album. Like I said, it's a business strategy. My thing is this. Why didn't you put hot shit on there? Why didn't you put Bongos with Meg Thee Stallion? You didn't put on your flop songs. Okay? And the album is already projected to go 2 times platinum. Like, it's already set in stone that the album will be successful. I mean, shout out to you. You did it. You were able to surpass. I don't know if you surpassed Invasion of Privacy, but you definitely maintained technically because of those 2 old songs. But what does that mean for the rest of the songs on the album? Do you not care about that? Now that it's set in stone that, okay, it's going to go 2 times platinum. I don't care what you're saying. Oh, they're not going to calculate it the first week. Yeah, they ain't going to calculate it the first week, but they're going to calculate it the next week. It will be calculated. Okay, let's be very clear. I guess the first week we'll see how it actually does. We'll see how the true numbers are. But at the end of the day, those numbers that's going to come in from the old songs is going to catapult the album, and it's going to be successful. Shout out to you. But I'm just saying, did we have this plan set out so that, okay, in the case that some of these other songs that I got, the other songs, the new songs, they don't do well, oh well, I still win platinum 2 times. Are you going to try hard with these other songs? Are these other songs going to be worth a listen? You get what I'm saying? I'm going to still watch it. I'm going to not watch. I'm going to still listen. I'm going to still check it out. I might even do a reaction video on it or whatever. But I don't know. I just think that's such a cop out. It's such a thing. And for her to say, hold on, let me make sure I'm not going ahead on my notes, honey, because I'll be doing that. Hold on. I agree with the part where she basically said other artists pull strings to get their albums number one. We don't have to say names. Can I say names? No, we don't have to say that. We already know who they are. You get what I'm saying? Because they're trying to ensure that the album is the very best. So they try to do things and they try to calculate, try to do all these different types of strategies to make sure the numbers are good. I think that's corny too. I think if an artist does, that's corny as well. You get what I'm saying? You're not making it about the music. You're just trying to make sure the numbers is good just so you can placate and showboat and to be like, oh, I'm the top selling guy. It's lame and it's corny. And it's not even just Cardi. Like I said, Cardi says she's not the only one. She is right. She is not the only one that gets into that. I think it's corny when they do it too. Because you're not making it about the music. And I feel like we're so fixated on numbers and stuff like that. I blame stan culture. I will say that 10 toes down. I contributed to stan culture at one point in my life. Yes, we were the problem. Were in the past tense, because I'm not with that stan culture crap, child. Y'all sit there. Y'all can't even enjoy music. Y'all can't even allow other people to enjoy music. Somebody's over here, there's fans out there that's posting, that's excited that their fave was promoting a song, and then people saying, oh, the numbers ain't there. Y'all failed at math, and y'all over here talking about streams and numbers and stuff like that. Let's be very clear on that. Let's wake that tea up. Don't sit there and do that. Don't sit there and do that. That's why I said I blame stan culture for the way, and it kind of, it affects the artist, because now the artist feels like they have to, their streams need to be up and their numbers need to be up because there's a lot of people riding on them to do well and stuff. So they get into these things. They do these backhanded business strategies, air quotes, so that they can ensure that their projects do well. But in turn, what happens is like the attention is off the music. Nobody's listening. And the music, and the new music that you are putting out, it gets no shine. It's almost, it's not similar, but I remember I was watching this person talk about how they're making like a Toy Story 5. They're making a Toy Story 5 because all of their original Disney, talking about the company Disney, they're making a Toy Story 5 because they noticed that all of their original like new movies have flopped. Nobody has, shown up. The numbers aren't where they need it to be. So they resort to giving us the same formula with their old legacy movies and giving us sequels and reboots and live actions just for a cash grab, just to be like, oh, we're still on top. I think it's kind of similar what's going on over here when we're talking about musicians and what they do, all the tricks that they do to make sure that their albums are number one. If the music is good, you will win all the time. If you prioritize music, people are going to listen. I think we're in I think a lot of industries in the entertainment space are creatively bankrupt. Y'all are creatively bankrupt. Okay, there is no good music. I just saw somewhere now one of Usher's artists, just to bring him up, they saying, oh my God, he doing too much. He doing all these dances and stuff like that. And it don't look kosher. It don't look good. I don't know why the videos aren't playing, but what is his name again, child? Jadon or whatever. He's doing his thing. There we go. The video started. He's doing his thing. He's dancing. He's pop locking and all this other stuff. He's saying he's doing too much. He's doing too much. I'm like, yo, imagine somebody saying that to a Beyonce back in the day, or hell, even a Chris Brown, even though we about to get into his ass back in the day, or any of these artists that really gave it to us and did too much, air quotes, right? They wouldn't be the artists that they are today. And I know I'm going off on tangents, child. I'm going off on heavy tangents. At the end of the day, let me bring it back. Let me bring it back to Cardi, okay? But yeah, we're fixated on numbers. And I also think that TikTok is kind of to blame this because of how like commercial it has become to have a viral trend. But I did say this on TikTok. I think that we should not compare Cardi's last album to this one, because at the end of the day, she waited so long. It was such a successful album that she did. She waited so long. We know it's not going to surpass Invasion of Privacy. I don't care if it does. I just want something that's going to surprise me and something that's going to be like, okay, because I liked Outside. I thought Outside was a very good single. I'm surprised it did not do what it needed to do numbers wise. Who cares? I don't care. You get what I'm saying? But it was a very catchy song. It was a very catchy song. I think we need to have more back to Cardi with the catchiness of the music and stuff like that. Because I don't know, I feel like everything has just been copy and paste. It's something it just was not hitting. But I did like Outside. I don't know if she did a video for this. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see no visuals or anything like that. But definitely do some visuals. I feel like that's what it is too. A lot of these artists aren't doing visuals enough. And it's okay, I hear it sound good, but I want to see what this song looks like. But I'm just looking for it to surprise me. If it does, if it doesn't, we will do a reaction. I'm going to do one. Okay. We're going to find a time and we're going to do it because it's been a minute since I did a reaction video, child. And I want to be gagged a little bit or snoozed. Who knows? Anyway, tell me what y'all think about this in the comments and we can move on. I'm going to talk about Chris Brown. Now, I wasn't going to talk about this on the podcast, but I feel like it just needs to be said, honey. It just needs to be said. Chris Brown made it very clear how he thinks about people comparing him to other artists, okay? My best guess is a bunch of people on Twitter were making comparisons about Chris Brown, and it was happening. Like, I've seen him or them say on Twitter, they will compare him to Michael Jackson. The main one is that they're comparing him to Beyonce. And it started to aggravate him, I guess. And he made this post right here. I'm going to read it to you guys. He said, I wish y'all stop comparing me to other artists and saying me versus someone else until these artists do all this that by themselves with no help and the media constantly effing with them, then come holla at me. I'm trying to feed my family. I can give a F about the next artist and what they're doing. I don't F with celebrities at all. I'm not welcome in their circles. Breezy Bowl is for the dedicated fans that want to be here. F everything else. I've been overly busting my ass for the last 20 years, and I understand I will never be recognized for nothing else but drama. So miss me with that shit, please. You are a grown man arguing about a jersey. Let me stop. No, honestly, you're a grown man. You are eyeing at 40 years old and you're having freaking spats and freaking hissy fits because stan culture is comparing you to other artists. Now, I made a video on TikTok about this and the comments were on my side. The comments were definitely on my side with this one. I will say this. I wanted to make the video because I wanted to check the temperature to see if it was like something that was trendy, but also something that people was getting into or what they thought about it. Yeah, girl, no, Chris Brown. What was the point of this? What was the point? Like I said, the comments were on my side. There were a couple comments that I was kind of perturbed about, and I will bring it up, right? And I don't mean to lay hate to this person that commented on there because I feel like when people make those types of comments, it does come from a genuine and intentional. They had good intentions. But this person basically, and I'm paraphrasing on my comments, was like, well, as black people, we gotta stop tearing each other down. We gotta stop tearing each other down. I hate when people say that. I hate when people say that, especially when we're talking about these celebrities, these toxic ass celebrities, especially when we're talking about a Diddy, when we're talking about a R. Kelly, when we're talking about anybody, hella Jay-Z, because look, his stuff ain't clean too. Okay. Anytime we're talking about a black celebrity that is problematic, we always get hit with the vitriol of, well, y'all need to stop tearing people back down. It's the crab in the bucket. It's the crab in the bucket. The onus is always on us not to tear each other down. But these fuckers, okay, in the industry can sit there and run a freaking muck, can really say things that are very problematic, and whatever you name it, they could do horrible things and horrible atrocities to people. Literally trafficking, literally beating people, hitting people. You get what I'm saying? And when we call them out on it, it's y'all got to stop with the hate with the black on black tear down. We got to stop with blah, 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 blah. I wish they kept that same energy. Now, when they keep that same energy, then I'll keep that same energy. This ain't no, I'm just coming for black people just off the strength of coming for black people. Because let me tell you something, scroll down on some of my videos and clips in episodes. I'll be getting into the whites too. I'll be getting into the Spaniards. I'll be getting into all of it. Everybody can get it. Let me tell you something about my platform. Everybody can get it. Nobody's off limits. I'm the bully's bully. So if I see bullying, I'm going to say some shit. Okay, let's be very clear on that. This ain't no black on black tearing nobody down there. And there's episodes where I'm uplifting black people. So that's what I'm saying. I think the comment was good intention, but I definitely feel like, okay, you obviously don't know my content, right? You get what I'm saying? You don't know what I get into. No, I'm going to drag you. And Chris Brown deserves some dragging, because what the hell? Let's get into it. Because in regards to what I said, and I'm going to be frank, I feel like he was talking about Beyonce. Not Beyonce. I feel like he was talking to the Beehive, because let's be clear, the only comparisons that I would have been seeing on Twitter and on social media in general, they were saying, oh, he's the new Michael Jackson. I don't care if his fans, some lunatics or whatever on social media that grew up listening to his music when they was kids, I don't care if they want to sit there and try not compare, but say, oh, he's the next Michael. He's the next Michael. I don't care about that. We all know who's the next Michael. We all know who's in that conversation of who's the next Michael. But we gave them that. We gave y'all that. Okay. But it was when the Beyonce comparisons, because they're both on tour. Okay. Beyonce's doing her tour. We just talked about it. He's doing his tour. I think he's overseas right now, and he's going to come back at one point. Now he's going to do stadiums. They putting him in stadiums now. Okay, all right, well, whatever, child. Okay, but last time I checked, he was at the Prudential Center, like I said on my TikTok. But being at all these comparisons, and that's going to happen naturally, because when there are artists on tour, their fans are, like I said, stan culture is the root of all evil. They're going to come after each other. Now, there was some stands, some Chris Brown stands. Oh, well, the Beehive started it on my comments. The Beehive didn't start it. The Beehive don't never start nothing. Y'all be coming for Beyonce because y'all want to sit there and just, because I feel like she's not the best. Like, she's not the best. At the end of the day, like Chris Brown's, look, they're only reacting. They're reacting. And the fact that you're even, like, Chris Brown is even, like, entertaining it and saying y'all need to keep my name out your mouth. Like, girl, get out of here. I mean, Shakira is on tour, and they was comparing her to J-Lo and stuff like that, trying to sit there and come for J-Lo. And it's like, J-Lo not even on tour. She can't tour. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So there always going to be artist comparison. It's social media. People are very, like, opinionated and very proud of who they stand. And that is what it is. For you to sit there and just have a bitch fit, okay, on the Insta story talking about something, well, you don't know how much I worked and the media is not on my side and this, that, and the third. Other celebrities, what did he say? Oh, let me see. He said, other celebrities don't get as much shit. I'm like, that is some bull crap. That is a lie. And you are living in delusions of grandeur, or you just are. I mean, a lot of these celebrities are in a bubble, so they don't see what other celebrities are doing, and that's understandable. But you're not the only person that gets grilled by the media. Honey, the media has been easy on you. The only story that they've been talking about which was the story of you getting detained in UK because you put your hands on somebody. Because you threw that bottle. Anybody threw that Don Julio bottle at that producer or promoter, whatever? You threw that damn Don Julio bottle at him, and you got in trouble, and you got arrested, and you got a case that you going through. You get what I'm saying? They were talking about that, but like other than that, like that, don't nobody bring up the fact that you beat Rihanna or the fact that you was real domestic violence-y with Karrueche and them. Nobody brings that up anymore. They're bringing up the current stuff, the stuff that you did. You can't take accountability. And let's be clear about the media, and I don't know if you mean media as in news outlets or media as in people on social media, because let's be very clear, since I brought her up, Beyonce, they have now dragged her because she couldn't sell out her stadium shows. They called her youngest daughter autistic. They said worse about her son. I mean, I've even heard people call her fat. You get what I'm saying? She gets a lot of scrutiny. Okay, this girl got blamed for killing freaking Aaliyah, Tupac, Michael. Let's not even talk about the stupid ass conspiracy theories that she done killed somebody in her song Daughter. She's talking about like the person that she killed because the person was trying to be with Jay-Z. Let's be very clear on that. Girl, I done knocked over my damn air freshener. Pissed because Chris Brown pissed me off. let's be very clear. Like, you're not the only celebrity that goes through media that has like the media coming after them. Hell, Nicki freaking Minaj. Okay, I did a video on her. I said what I said. Y'all can check it out if y'all want to. We ain't gonna mention it no more. But the media drags the hell out of her like yearly. Like, you don't know a hate train. Let's be very clear. Stop playing. Stop freaking playing. And there was other people on there that was talking about, oh, well, he's a victim. He's a victim of this music industry. Come on now. Come on now. He ain't no damn victim. How he a victim? How a victim that beat up people? That don't make no damn sense. No, he got anger issues. You have anger issues, unresolved trauma, or whatever the hell, maybe a little bit of substance abuse up in there. Something. Because the way you're acting is very childlike. You putting your hands on people and then expecting you not to be arrested or you not to answer for your damn crimes. Yeah, no, it is a problem. It is a problem. And I'm so glad that people are now there's always going to be Chris Brown fans. And he's always going to be a legend. Let me just say this. He will always be a legend. He will always be. It's unfortunate that because of his attitude and because of what he gets into and the shit that he gets in trouble for, it really overshines the talent that he is, because he is a talented individual. I mean, like when I say he's like a double threat, singing and dancing, you get what I'm saying? I feel if a lot of the stuff that he did were not the case, if that never happened, I would say he would be up there with Michael Jackson. I mean, he would definitely, it would have been him and Beyonce. You get what I'm saying? And I still think technically, yeah, because they are both selling out their shows and he's now doing stadium shows. Look, I love to see a black person get paid. You get what I'm saying? There's look, tearing down other people. I'm not tearing him down. I feel like he should still get money. I think he should still. I don't subscribe to just because they are not a good person that I like doesn't mean that they don't deserve to work and make money and that everybody deserves to eat, child, in this damn economy. But I'm just telling you right now, we are going to comment on your nasty ass attitude. Okay. That's just that on that. I mean, okay, I think I'm in at the part where I'm ranting, so let's just move on. Speaking of singers, I want to talk about Lizzo because I don't know what's going on with her music. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to talk about her very briefly. I don't know if she's going through like a midlife crisis or something, or I don't know what's going on music-wise. I'm here for the weight loss journey and her feeling herself with these little swimsuits that she be wearing, and she be looking all good, looking really good on a lot of the interviews. Her interview with Trisha Paytas, I love that one. As far as the music, I'm like, girl, what's going on? Because she dropped an album, a rap album, and it's called My Face Hurts From Smiling. And it's weird. I know, it's almost like, are you trying to prove that, you're a rapper? Because they've been saying Lizzo's a rapper for so long. I'm like, where is the rap? That girl be singing. She gave us a rap album, and it had a lot of artists on there. It had Doja Cat. Like, the Doja Cat single that they got on there was pretty good. Guess I liked it. I thought this was like a joke. I thought this was like a TikTok thing where she's rapping and stuff like that. I think that's the problem. I'm not taking it serious, and I don't think people are taking it serious. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the comments too. They say if she was skinny with a BBL, y'all would love this. I don't think it has to do with her weight. I don't think so, because I feel like, no, I'm not going to bring her up anymore. Somebody that's like a female artist or an artist in general that's known for singing, and then they start, like, they drastically do have a rap album that, hell, I'm going to bring her up. If Beyonce did that shit, if she came out with a rap album, I mean, it will do well. People will like it because she got fans and stuff like that. Like, she has, like, her set fans that's going to follow for whatever she drops. But it just will look kind of out of character a little bit. It seems very much out of character. Like I said, with the whole creativity bankrupts, like I don't mean to be rude or anything like that, but it's starting to look like we're throwing things to the wall and seeing what sticks. And I hate to say that's kind of what Lizzo has been on since Special. Special was a good album. I think that's what the album is called. Yeah, I think it's called Special. But her other album before and after the other one. I think she's throwing things to the wall and seeing what sticks. She tried to come in, because I feel like it's all convoluted and just all out of nowhere, because when you made your comeback and you had the weight loss journey, this, that, and the third, shout out to you. Like I said, I ain't got no problem with that. She looks really good. She looked good before. She looked good now. But like, you tried going in with rock music and that didn't work. And now we just completely abandoned those two singles. And it's like, all right, well, I'm gonna give you some rap songs. Let me give you some rap songs. It seems very out of character. It doesn't seem like Lizzo. And I guess Lizzo is trying to steer away from her Lizzo persona, because there's a Lizzo playbook at this point in her management and whoever's managing her, saying you need to get on this, because she talked about how like one of her rock singles, she wanted it done in a certain way, like the version that she wanted the song to be was way different than what the management wanted. They wanted it to sound like a Lizzo song, and that's what some of the I think Zachary Campbell, shout out to him, he spoke on that. Like a lot of the singles, those two singles that she dropped, I'm shooting blanks right now, the names of them, but it's the rock songs. It does sound very Lizzo coded, and it doesn't seem like there's no elevation, there's no evolution. And that's why those songs did what they did. She had her versions of the song. I don't think her version of the song is any better, to be honest. No offense. I just don't know what it is. Lizzo, because you know what? Lizzo was an accidental breakout star. Let's be very clear. Good as hell. That song was out ever since I was freshman year in college. That had to have been like 2016, 2017. You get what I'm saying? Nobody listened to that song until I went to my second college. That's when I was in my sophomore year. You get what I'm saying? We're talking 2018, 2017 maybe. You get what I'm saying? So Lizzo was an accidental artist, and I feel like maybe at that point she was kind of throwing things to the wall too, because her music sounds very different. Like it's like pop, it's elevation, it's feel-good music and inspirational, this, that, and the third. We're not getting that with this. This is everything in this rap album is very much I'm that bitch and who the hell gonna check me and yeah, and using different sayings and different sounds that went viral on TikTok and stuff like that. It feel like TikTok music, like the generic TikTok music. That's how the songs be sound, like the beats and stuff. Did we plan this out? Or we just was like, we just gonna do some rap albums and we just gonna put it together? I don't know. Maybe I sound like a hater. I'm a hater. I'm gonna eat it all down that hill, I guess. I don't know, child. I just was not feeling it. I was not feeling it. And I love me some Lizzo. I love her story. I'm with her down. But I'm gonna have to sit this one out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit this one out. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about Chef Boyardee and Saucy Santana. Saucy Santana. I think that this topic kind of spoke to me a little bit, because I feel like if you grew up black and gay, but like you were put in a certain category that is often ostracized in the community, you kind of understand this topic, why it happened, what was said, and all that, and you name it, right? So basically, in a nutshell, all hell broke loose when Chef D and this TikTok creator, RHOA, went on live to basically talk crap about Saucy Santana. For those who may not know, Chef D and Saucy Santana dated for some time now. I believe it was 3 years. And now Chef D is online with this creator, RHOA, a supposed friend of Saucy. RHOA and Saucy, because Saucy has been on TikTok and stuff like that, so he's been like hanging out with the TikTok girlies. So RHOA was on there talking crap. Chef D talked about how he never found Saucy attractive. He only dated him because he felt bad. We'll get into that. And said that Saucy has bumps between his legs, and I don't like having you whoopee with people that got that. And he was showing RHOA the picture. So that means you took pictures of this dude, intimate pictures, obviously, for the purpose of one day showing it to the world. Okay. So yeah, he was showing pictures. I'm not sure if he showed it to the audience, but I did see some pictures floating around. I was like, oh Lord, Saucy, you better get, it's some ingrown hairs, child. If you're thick now, okay, the chub rub, that happens sometimes with our thighs, and then you gotta get those ingrown hairs out. But Chef D's whole thing is basically like when we started talking and we started getting together and this, that, and third, I would introduce you to people and you would end up dating these people. Like he talked about how he introduced Saucy to Zell. As Saucy Santana ended up being with Zell for a short time or whatever, right? I'm gonna play a little bit of what Chef D said, child, and then we're gonna get into my thoughts.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Come on now, bro. Let's talk about it. You're mad because I never fucked you. We've been together for 5 years. I never fucked you. You stink. You have bumps between your legs. It smells. I don't like that. You're not my type. I like light-skinned Spanish pretty boys. I'm my type. First of all, I rock with you because I felt bad, one, and two, we built so much of a bond. I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna rock out. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You called me on the phone crying, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. You know, the work ain't selling, da-da-da. So how dare you call me a bum and say I'm broke, and the same thing to say, oh yeah, you pay for niggas. I'm a trick, I pay for niggas. No, you pay for niggas. You pay for niggas OnlyFans, you pay for niggas being your presence, you pay for niggas. Yeah, niggas spend money on you too, but you pay for niggas. What are you talking about? And even on the live, I still gave you grace. The whole live.
No, it's just that.
Yes or no?
No, not the whole live.
Yes.
Not the whole live.
Girl, it's a whole lot going on in this goddamn live stream, but yeah, that's basically what it is. Let me tell you something. Let me just start this thing off right now. And we talking about this Saucy Santana situation. Go where you are loved. Simply go where you are loved. Okay? If I don't tell you nothing, you got to stop being with these parasites. And Saucy Santana has been around them way too long. You need to recognize your power and you need to recognize your influence on these niggas. Okay, because these dudes, they don't got it. I already knew Chef Boyardee. I ain't never liked Chef Boyardee, that damn toupee. You can't even produce your own hair. You can't even produce your own goddamn hair. We know that's a damn toupee and you spraying that damn, that spray that them barbers be spraying us. And I'm like, you ain't got to do that with me because I got hair. Okay, I ain't got no forehead. Chef Boyardee, he's a clout chaser. I remember I seen him on Bad Boys when they was trying to do the Bad Boys Club thing on Zeus or whatever, and it was a flop because they casted niggas like Chef D, corny. You bring nothing to the table. You sought out Saucy Santana because you saw that he had something in motion at one point. You saw that he had something in motion, just like Zell Swag. You got on him. You got in on it. You get what I'm saying? And then when he started to lose some steam, that's when you started to back off because you never really liked him. You only was with him for freaking clout. He said he was with him because he felt bad. I hate when motherfuckers say that because like most of the time, y'all be coming to us. I never chase. And that's the thing about me. I don't never chase. It's always people come to me with the bull crap. It's like, oh, I want to talk to you. I want to date you. And the third. And let's be very clear. You don't even have to be famous. You don't even have to have like money on you or rich or anything. People just love you for your energy. I had good energy. Like I was vibrant. I was very talkative. People I used to talk to, and I ain't gonna say no names because whatever, this, that, and the third, they're irrelevant. But no, people would try to siphon my energy and use me for whatever else. Yeah, no, Saucy, you have to go where you are loved, child. And I knew that when you was talking to Zell. Ain't no way in the world Zell was really down for you. Let's be very clear. Zell is fat phobic. I remember when Zell first was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And Mr. Ray was a heavier set man. And he literally like just bullied Mr. Ray just off the strength because he's another gay person on there. And he don't like the way he look. He big and this and the third. He called him Marshmallow Man. Like I know, like Zell Swag is fat phobic. So I knew when y'all started dating, I was like, oh no, he is definitely using it, man. I talked to my best friend about it. She was like, no, it could be real. Ain't nothing real about that. And coming from a person that from experience, I know exactly what it is. Your energy is so bright and these people don't have nothing. They fighting for their lives and they want to entertain you because you can give them what type of energy, what type of money, or what type of clout. I felt bad. And I don't really show my support too much for Saucy Santana. I don't really talk about him that much. But I felt bad. Like, I feel bad because it's like, you are that girl. Like, we know it. The music is not there. But he's doing his big one. He was on College Hill. He be on like reality TV. He be on Zeus Network doing the hosting and stuff like that. Yeah, keep going full straddle. Like, music is very much not it right now. I wouldn't even want to be an artist. I don't care if I had the gift of like vocals or anything. I would not want to be in the music industry anyway, because it's very cutthroat right now. And there are a lot of really good artists and they just don't get that push. They don't get that. They don't get the radio play. And sometimes people don't listen. Look, dude will give you results. That's what I always say. Okay. And when it comes to the dating scene, and even when it comes to friends, because like he was friends with this little Rosa guy or Rosa, whatever the hell it is. And I'm looking at this Rosa person. I'm like, you probably got some fucking bumps in between your legs too. Like, you look like you got bumps in between your legs. So why was you over there kikiing when he was saying, because it's not directed at you. I don't care. Somebody makes some fat jokes and you look at how you looking and dark. He also dark. Like, the fact that Chef D said, I like light-skinned Spanish boys, pretty boys. Light-skinned Spanish pretty boys don't like you. They would not choose you. They don't like black men. I'm sorry. Bitch, I don't care if you look like Michael B. Jordan. And let's be clear, Chef D ain't no looker either. He ain't no good looking. Zell is all right. You get what I'm saying? He got a good X page, honey. That's about it. You're only good for the body, not the face. But Chef D, you and your BBL and your fake ass teeth can get the fuck out of here, honestly. I'm just was aggravating me. Look at this. Look at this. Fucking Whoopi Goldberg teeth. No shade to Whoopi Goldberg, but look, let me see if you can, girl, look at, I need y'all to see this again. I'm sorry to the audio listeners. Look at this shit. Okay. Them damn basement veneers is going to be the death of y'all. Okay. You're going to end up like Wintour. Remember Wintour? Bitch had sensory issues every time she touched carpet. Them damn teeth was fake ass teeth. I cannot, you know what? I'm done. Cause y'all not gonna come for Saucy like that. Like, y'all not gonna act like Saucy didn't give y'all a platform. Nobody would have knew who Chef D was if it was not for Saucy. Now, Zell already had his shit in motion. His shit was dying. And that's why he ended up with Saucy, because he got back on the show. He ended up being on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. But Chef Boyardee, nobody knew you before he knew you. Okay, let's be very clear. Had that little Nene line on there. No, but they try to take your energy. That's why I said I don't mess with these dudes, child. Let me tell you something, man. I always have my little tiffs with black straight men. I never give it enough to the black gay men because they are just as toxic. Let's be very clear on that. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to generalize. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm sure there are really some real good, wholesome gay men out there. I only met like one that was really wholesome and really like genuine. And we were almost at the brink of like becoming like best friends on a platonic level. Let's be very clear. But that's when I was in college in Jersey City and stuff like that. And when I graduated and moved on, and we move out the area, you kind of don't speak to the same people. But that's about it. I've never had a wholesome, except for that one person. I never had a wholesome relationship with a gay man. Or a man, period. Another like straight or whatever. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of bad apples. And like I said, you have to go where you're loved. I believe that there are good, wholesome people out there. It's just not enough, right? It's not enough people. Not enough good, wholesome people out there. Good, wholesome men. So you have to steer clear. Somebody was like, at this point, I got to send applications out. Girl, people be lying on their resume. They get you in acting like they this good person, they this good, wholesome person, and then they show their true selves after a couple months. I don't got time for that. I ain't got time for that, child. I ain't got time for none of that crap. If you got to be by yourself. That's another option too. People think that, because society tells us, you're not winning in life if you don't have a partner. I'm not going to sit there and stress my ass and get a partner that's not really for me. And years down the line, I'm stuck and tethered to this person. Now, one thing I will say about a Tyler Perry film or a Tyler Perry play, when Madea said, I'd rather have a puppy and a goldfish than to be with somebody that I don't know what the hell they doing in my house. You go into the house and have problems. You have arguments all the time. Nah, it's just going to be me and my cat. It's okay, bye. Okay. And y'all, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love this platform that I have on here, and you guys do support and comment, and I see a lot of retention with a lot of the stuff that I be doing here. So I'm good. I'm loved. Okay. Even though I can't really see y'all, I just see numbers, but in some comments too. But anyway, girl, I'm going completely off the tangent, child. Let's get into the reality T things. Okay. Now, the trailer for the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 is out. I haven't watched it, so we're gonna watch it. Yay!
Curious if anyone wants to set any intentions today.
I just want to step to the plate with each lady with truth.
Why would you say you would?
Portia be lying with truth. Girl, get out of here.
Angela's husband.
Who told you that?
That wasn't how it happened.
This is a pattern of lying.
What about?
Old?
Yeah, but the whole file cabinet, child. You feel ready?
Coming up on the 3-part Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, how do you feel about Frickin' Frock revealing all about your hood?
We need clarification.
You know what I'm talking about?
You think you need clarification? I'm like,
Uh-oh.
No, you'll be hot on these streets, Portia. Yeah, you know I like my Africans. One for the books.
Britt Edie has decided not to join us.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Kenya had gotten information from the current housewife about Britt's past.
Did you send her the picture?
Let's start there.
Well, baby, I'm in all the rooms.
But the rooms I'm in, they don't know you. So if I look 53, you look 63.
Y'all had that conversation.
I love me some Angela. Let me tell you something right now. If they are going to do a Real Housewives of Atlanta season 17, you better bring back Andy, and Bravo. I don't know if they're gonna bring it back, child, because all this stuff is going on with Britt. But if that shit die down and they do a season 17, you better bring back Angela. Angela is becoming a fan favorite. Let me finish this.
You got the sense that I was screwing Candy and Todd.
I kiss Candy in the club, you kiss Candy in the club.
Ooh. Why they bringing up Candy and Candy not there? Okay.
Let's run the tape back.
Go sit on Portia lap, girl.
She characterized her return as a flop.
I do.
Okay.
She should be worried about who flipping and flopping in that basement with Ralph.
Ralph, did you really think Drew was sleeping with Dennis for beats?
I didn't know exactly what the relationship was, but Drew had mentioned that you was trying to holler at her too.
I never.
Wow. Charles, when did you date our friend Sheree?
Okay, Andy.
What?
What are we doing?
Everybody want to know about me. What about y'all? I'm the only husband here. Where your husbands at?
What is the current status of your friendship today?
You posted about my mom saying she did something egregious to your mom.
Absolutely did.
Are you even bringing
Let her have her moment.
1 second.
Don't.
Hold on.
That's it. Oh my God.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, finally. Okay, I'm done watching. I need Shamia to understand that Portia is not her friend. Portia is not your friend. She could have been back in the day, but she's not now. And she's saying shady stuff about your mom. Your moms don't even, I don't care if my mom is beefing with somebody else and we were friends, I was friends with their child. I'm not talking to you. I stand in solidarity. You get what I'm saying? Their relationship has been so, ugh. And it's like Shamia always wants to try to make it work. And it's, girl, you act like this, your nigga. You act like you trying to save your marriage. Go where you loved. That's going to be the theme of this podcast. Go where you're loved. And it's not with Portia. And every time you keep on trying to defend her, you look like a lapdog, like everybody else is saying. Now, as for Angela's husband, child, yeah. That's another thing too. Y'all over here saying all the things about her husband. You saying you want to mess with it. Portia over saying want to do something. Y'all ain't got no husbands, and it's very clear why. Y'all are crazy as hell. I actually cannot wait to watch this. I have not been keeping up with what's been going on the show because what's been going on is some bullshit. I feel like after the whole Kenya fiasco, they really had to make shit happen, and I mean, I'm probably gonna catch up. But it's gonna take a minute. But I'm definitely watching this reunion. This reunion is looking interesting. Okay, we'll see what happens with that. And with that, we have one Who Child. Or it's a Who Child, but it's also a TikTok beef of the week because this happened on TikTok. But a club in Miami called Mona is getting major backlash for colorism and fat phobia. There was these 3 women, one dark skin, one kinda brown skin, and then one light skin. One was on the thicker side, one was big and dark skin, and the other one was light. But they were beautiful. They were baddies. Let's be very clear, very much baddies. But one of them got on video on TikTok and basically talked about how they basically got kicked out of this club. It's called the Mona Club. It's in South Beach, Miami. Very popular club, I was hearing, but they're very popular for excluding some types of people out. And the girls were thick. They were thick, and then one was dark skin. And she did a whole story time basically saying that they paid the cover charge, and then at some point they were escorted out or told like they didn't want them there. And then one of the promoters kept it real and was like, yeah, it's because you're kind of thick, and it's because you're dark skinned, and this, that, and the third. 2025, we are still dealing with stuff like this, and it's worse because this is Florida. I mean, I think Florida is just about becoming the goddamn Jim Crow. Jim Crow is going to be reinstated in Florida. Florida ain't getting my goddamn money. Now, unless we talk about Orlando, I like Orlando. That's about it. But nowhere else in Florida I even wants to go. I felt bad. And I hate the conversations that were being had on TikTok because I think there were the cutesy girls or the girls that would pass and would be able to get into those clubs were saying basically, well, you got to understand that with these clubs, they want people that got money in there. They want dudes that come in with money. The cover charge is not enough. The drinks is not enough. They need pretty girls in there. They need girls in their eye of what they believe is pretty, conventionally attractive to be there, because when they're there, men will spend the money on drinks and other things and sections and all this other club stuff. So there needs to be like a certain type of woman there so that it can attract the men with money. And I hate how that was like, because at the end of the day, so this experience is not for women at all. It's literally, y'all are literally props. That the women that are accepted and that do end up going in there, y'all are basically props just for these men to throw some money at you or to throw some money at the damn club or whatever the case is. Like, these women wanted to have a good time. I don't think that they came in with no purpose. Maybe they did, whatever. There's people out there that like BBL. You get what I'm saying? But they wanted to go to a club and have fun. And they were met with, oh, you can't get in because, and I'm hearing that it's like that in LA and also in New York, which is very surprising. It's not surprising. It's not surprising because I've been to a club in New York City, the Boom Room. Okay. That was a good experience, but I remember walking in that club. It's a gay club too. And I remember them white gays, honey. They looked at me up and down as if to say, who the hell, why are you in here? Oh, why are you here? Yes. No, it gets like that. But no one ever told me like, oh, you can't get in because you're too big or whatever. I think that if you're going to be a club that's like that, in this climate, and the fact that, I mean, discriminatory laws are not really, nobody care about it no more, child, because we got in office. At this point, put a sign on there, because don't nobody know what club to not go into. Like, I don't talk to people what club. I'm hearing that, oh, let's go to this club. I heard this club was good. Like, people saying stuff. And there needs to be a sign. Look, there needs to be a goddamn sign. I think it's wrong. But like, also for people to be like, oh, they should have known. Like, how do you, like, they are tourists. This girl says she was from DC. She don't know nothing about what's going on and with the places to go and places not to go in Miami. So no, it was not her fault. It was their fault. They should have either made it clear or accommodated to them. What was two thick girls gonna do to what they had going on? No, I don't think it has anything to do with what people were saying. I just think that people have an ideal of who they want in their clubs and bars and stuff like that. And I think that's so shitty. because the main objective is to turn up and have a good time and this, that, and the third. Y'all over here worried about, oh, you too big. You like, it's like I'm getting on a goddamn roller coaster or a ride and say, oh, there's a maximum weight limit. That's crazy. And then also, not even just the whole, because people are going to be fat phobic forever. That's not going to go away. Fuck that. That's something that you can change, right? But the colorism aspect of it, you too dark to get in here, it's very Jim Crow. It's very Jim Crow. And a lot of these, now, if I say something, y'all not going to call me xenophobic now. It'd be a lot of these non-black, non-white ass motherfuckers that be sitting there doing that shit. It'd be the Arabs, it'd be the goddamn Latins that be doing that shit. And I'm just being real honest. Y'all will exclude people because they dark skinned. I think that's real funny because certain people are being excluded from this country. You can't be the oppressor and claim that you're oppressed. Okay, everybody wants to be the white man. Everybody wants to be the oppressor. And I hope this damn club closed down. And I hope they get dragged for it, and I hope they get review bombed. I'm about to check now after I get off this damn podcast. Cause that shit ain't right. And the people that's kind of like on both sides with it, well, at the end of the day, all you gotta do is just try to see if you can fit into their norms by losing the weight or just going where the fun is. Like, you don't think it's so condescending because I know that girl on TikTok, Dana, she be pissing me off when she said that, oh, just either lose the weight or go where you're loved. If you are at a place where you don't know, you're a tourist. I don't know what's for me or not. And there's no sign that says no fats, no darkies. I'm sorry. So I'm thinking that every club is, okay, I can go to this club, I can go to that club. So no. Anyway. It's just a whole lot, y'all. Y'all will tell me what y'all think about it in the comments. I'm done for today. I feel like I done talked enough. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I actually was not going to do an episode. Every Sunday, I get up and say, I don't know if I'm going to do an episode today. I don't know. But I end up doing the episode. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you all for your continuous support because I be seeing how the podcast is really doing on YouTube and stuff like that. I'll be seeing the audio listeners too. I have steady numbers over there. So shout out to y'all. But really shout out to the YouTube listeners and all that good stuff, child. I'll see y'all next time. And I will be giving y'all some shorts. So don't worry. I'll be giving y'all shorts throughout the week and reels and TikTok videos, whatever you want to call it, child. All right. See y'all later.